Caitlin Clark's rise has been nothing short of revolutionary, shattering records, electrifying crowds, and sparking some of the most unforgettable rivalries in women's basketball history. From college hardwood to WNBA arenas, her sharpshooting, elite vision, and undeniable charisma have made every matchup a headline event. These rivalries aren't just games, they're cultural moments that have transformed public engagement and viewership in the sport. So which clashes truly define her legacy? Let's dive into the top 5 Caitlin Clark rivalries that are reshaping the landscape of basketball. At number 5, we have Caitlin Clark versus Chennedy Carter. When it comes to welcome to the league moments, Caitlin Clark's collision with Chennedy Carter on May 18, 2024 stands out as a defining chapter in her rookie season. Carter, a fiery and fearless guard for the Chicago Sky, unleashed an off-ball body check that sent Clark to the floor, immediately triggering a national firestorm. Though not a traditional rivalry in the sense of prolonged personal tension, this singular moment quickly came to symbolize Clark's abrupt introduction to the WNBA's elite-level physicality. The incident didn't just capture headlines, it sparked deeper debates around sportsmanship, league officiating, and the double standards faced by women athletes. Clark, who had dominated in college, was now contending with veteran players unafraid to challenge her stardom and disrupt her rhythm through aggressive tactics. While Carter's hit became the focal point, other league players like Marina Mabrey and JC Sheldon contributed to the narrative with similarly intense plays, creating a broader pattern of physical resistance. This physical adjustment has become a core storyline in Clark's professional journey, emphasizing resilience over highlight reels. The Carter incident was more than just contact. It became a cultural flashpoint, amplified by social media, highlighting racial dynamics and perceptions of toughness in women's basketball. The Fever's narrow 88-87 loss that night was overshadowed by the viral moment, symbolizing how Clark's presence has elevated the stakes in every game she plays. The Sky, under head coach Tyler Marsh, deployed a defensive blueprint that others have since followed. This rivalry, with the league's physical nature, underscores that talent alone isn't enough. It's about toughness, adaptability, and rising under pressure. Coming in at number 4, Caitlin Clark versus JC Sheldon, the battle born in the Big Ten. Few rivalries in women's basketball carry the emotional depth and competitive fire of Caitlin Clark versus JC Sheldon, a saga that began in college and has flared anew in the WNBA. Sheldon, a relentless defender and clutch performer, was Clark's Big Ten adversary for 4 years at Ohio State before entering the pros with the Connecticut Sun. Their battles started in January 2021 and quickly developed into heated matchups defined by close scores, high stakes, and personal grit. Clark, even when pouring in 40-plus points, often came up short early against Sheldon's Buckeyes, who won their first 3 encounters. Sheldon wasn't just another defender. She was a consistent disruptor, a player who relished the challenge of guarding college basketball's most lethal scorer. Their collegiate rivalry peaked in the 2023 Big Ten tournament, where Clark posted a triple-double in a statement win. Fast forward to the pros, and the storyline only intensified. In a June 2025 WNBA clash, Sheldon delivered a flagrant 1 foul on Clark, who responded with a deep 3 and viral trash talk. "You can't guard me." That moment epitomized their years-long battle, a mix of physicality, psychological warfare, and elite shot-making. Across 10 matchups in college and the WNBA, Clark averages 31.7 points per game and has never scored below 20. Yet Sheldon's teams have often found ways to win. This dynamic is not just personal, it's strategic, with coaches like Rashid Mezian of the Sun trusting Sheldon to pressure Clark into mistakes. Fans love this matchup because it blends history with the present, offering a rivalry rooted in familiarity and mutual respect masked by fierce competition. The continuation of this college beef into the WNBA creates a compelling through-line for fans who followed both careers. As both players grow, so does the significance of their encounters. For the league, the Clark-Sheldon rivalry is marketing gold, encapsulating the evolution of women's basketball's most captivating head-to-head drama. At number 3, we have Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers, the clash of generational icons. Among the most anticipated rivalries in women's basketball, the one between Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers stands as a shining example of peer-based greatness in action. These two elite guards, who first made waves on the youth basketball circuit, have been on a parallel trajectory from high school superstardom to NCAA dominance and now WNBA stardom. Their rivalry began with mutual respect and shared experiences. Most most notably as teammates on the gold-winning 2019 FIBA Under-19 World Cup team, and intensified during their 2021 NCAA Sweet 16 showdown, where Bucher's UConn squad triumphed over Clark's Iowa team. While the Huskies advanced, it was clear the basketball world had just witnessed the dawn of something special. Both players bring unique flair, Clark with her deep threes and scoring eruptions, Bucher's with her precision, court vision, and smooth all-around play. Though their professional head-to-heads are still unfolding, the anticipation surrounding each matchup is immense. Recently, Bucher's hit a logo three-pointer reminiscent of Clark's signature moments, signaling that the rivalry is alive and evolving in the pros. Unlike rivalries driven by animosity, this one thrives on mutual admiration and elite competition, embodying a spirit of sportsmanship that's rare and refreshing. Their connection and competition have become a media favorite, symbolizing the rise of a new era in women's hoops. The WNBA benefits immensely from this narrative, offering fans a rivalry rooted in excellence rather than conflict. Clark and Bucher's, both top 5 picks, are expected to define their generation with sustained brilliance, pushing each other to new heights. Their story is far from over, with every meeting promising not just elite basketball, but an inspiring display of respect and resilience. This rivalry is a testament to the fact that greatness doesn't always need drama. It can thrive in the pursuit of mutual excellence, shaping the sport's future one dazzling play at a time. At number 2, we spotlight Caitlin Clark versus the South Carolina Gamecocks, the ultimate collegiate test. In one of the most iconic rivalries of modern college basketball, Caitlin Clark's battles with the South Carolina Gamecocks embodied the classic clash between an elite individual force and a dominant collective dynasty. Coached by the legendary Dawn Staley, South Carolina became the immovable object to Clark's unstoppable scoring prowess. The rivalry ignited in the 2023 NCAA Final Four, where Clark delivered a jaw-dropping 41-point masterpiece to end the Gamecocks' 42-game winning streak and vault Iowa into the national championship game. It was a moment that captivated the nation, David toppling Goliath in a game that instantly became an all-time classic. But the Gamecocks struck back in 2024, handing Clark's Hawkeyes a heartbreaking defeat in the national title game, completing their own perfect season behind Camila Cardoso's dominance and suffocating team defense. This rematch crystallized the contrast between South Carolina's depth and physicality and Iowa's reliance on Clark's brilliance. The narrative resonated deeply, an emerging superstar challenging a collegiate empire. Clark versus South Carolina became must-see TV, not only for the stakes, but for the philosophical basketball clash it represented: system versus superstar. Media coverage was intense, and fans were split between rooting for the composed machine that is Dawn Staley's squad and the exhilarating, unpredictable magic of Clark. Even in defeat, Clark earned praise from Coach Staley, reinforcing the mutual respect underlying this fierce competition. This rivalry helped elevate women's college basketball into mainstream discourse, becoming a cultural moment that transcended sport. Though they'll no longer meet in NCAA play, a legacy of these matchups will linger in highlight reels and basketball lore for decades. And at number 1, topping the list, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, the rivalry that redefined the game. No rivalry in modern women's basketball has captured the world's attention quite like Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's not just about buckets and boards. It's about two transcendent stars who represent contrasting styles, personas, and narratives that have turned their every meeting into a must-watch event. Their clash began before college, with Reese's team takeover defeating Clark's all-Iowa attack in AAU competition and carried into NCAA play, where Reese's Maryland squad dominated Iowa in their early encounters. But it was the explosive 2023 NCAA championship game that cemented their rivalry in the public eye. Reese's emphatic "you can't see me" gesture and ring finger taunt toward Clark went viral, sparking national debate and breaking viewership records. The rematch in the 2024 Elite Eight saw Clark erupt for 41 points in a statement win, drawing an even bigger audience and proving this rivalry wasn't a one-off. It was a movement. In the WNBA, their rivalry seamlessly transitioned with physical, intense matchups between the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky. Clark's dazzling court vision and long-range shooting contrast perfectly with Reese's gritty interior dominance and emotional fire. Yet despite the media-fueled villain versus hero trope, both players have voiced mutual respect, with Clark defending Reese publicly and acknowledging the competitive edge both bring. Reese, embracing her polarizing image, recognizes the value of drama in growing the game, while Clark continues to raise the bar with each outing. This rivalry transcends sport, intersecting with conversations on race, gender, and media bias, making it as culturally significant as it is athletic. As of mid-2024, Reese leads the WNBA head-to-heads 2-1, but each game adds new heat and storylines. Comparisons to Magic vs. Bird are no exaggeration. Caitlin Clark's legacy is being shaped not only by her record-breaking performances, but by the unforgettable rivalries that have captivated fans and elevated the entire sport of women's basketball. From the fiery battles with Angel Reese to the high-respect clashes with Paige Beckers and the physical confrontations in the WNBA, these matchups reveal just how powerful rivalries can be in defining careers and growing the game. They fuel viewership, spark conversations, and create emotional investments that go far beyond the scoreboard. Comment below which rivalry is your favorite, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more game-changing content.